Have you heard about the NYC Mansion Tax? And I know, another New York City tax. But today we're going to talk about what the Mansion Tax is, what it means for your pockets, why you should not try and evade it, and the best ways to avoid it. So let's get started. So the New York City Mansion Tax is a transfer tax that ranges from 1% to 3.9% of the purchase price of a residential property that's over $1 million. So if you're buying a property in New York City for more than $1 million, there is a transfer tax that you, the buyer, are expected to pay. All right. So buyers, you might be unfamiliar with the term transfer tax, especially if this is your first time buying a home, because normally transfer taxes are paid by the seller side. So you don't have to worry about it. But in this instance, it's going to be on you. So let's give an example. Now, there are 8 different brackets for this NYC Mansion Tax. Again, we start off at 1% and we can go all the way up to 3.9%. So if you're buying a home for $1.1 million, right, that's going to be the 1% mansion tax bracket, which means your tax will be $11,000. If you're buying a house for $4 million, you're in the 1.5% bracket. So now your mansion tax is going to be $60,000. Yes, I know, but I wanted to tell you up front. So why, if you're buying a house over $1 million in New York City, should you not try and evade this tax, right? You know, go through the corners, as my man said. That's going to be tax evasion, and there could be some serious penalties involved. I want you to avoid the serious consequences that come with trying to evade paying this tax, which could be serious fines and also could even be jail time. So the best way is to actually avoid the mansion tax, right? Just buy a home under $1 million in New York City. That's by far the easiest way to avoid it. Now, of course, you're gonna be buying it based off the actual fair market value of the home, right? So there's an appraiser involved. The city does their own value checks of properties. You don't want to buy a house for like $995,000 and then pay the seller $2 million for the furniture. That might not fly. You might get flagged. Stay safe. So if the house is really worth under $1 million, or you negotiated that actual price, hey, great, you avoided the mansion tax. Another thing you can do, you can ask the seller to cover all or part of it, right? So now the tax is expected to be paid by the buyer, but really, city, state, feds, they want the taxes to be paid. So just like how transfer taxes on the seller side are normally paid by the seller, they don't necessarily have to be. And there are instances where the sellers can actually negotiate, especially when they have a lot of leverage, to have the buyer pay part or all of their transfer tax. The other thing that, yes, you could say might help you just in terms of cash on hand is see if you can get a seller's concession to cover part or all your mansion tax, so you have some more cash on hand available to you. Now, before we get to our last thing, just so you know, I am a licensed real estate professional in New York and Connecticut, and my job is to help people sell and buy homes. And I also help people interested in making career changes into real estate. So if you have any questions or need any assistance, to drop a comment or reach out to me directly. My information's in the comments and descriptions below. I'm always ready to assist. And now, last thing, you may be exempt. I ain't telling you about this because it might not apply to you, probably don't, but you may be exempt from the New York City Mansion Tax. To check to see if you are, consult with your attorney, consult with your tax professional, and get the information directly from the source. All right? If you have any other questions or concerns in the meantime, feel free to reach out. I hope you enjoy the next video because you stayed with us this whole time, and I'll talk to you soon.